So we got another Jack Doherty video, but it's a little bit different than the ones that we normally talk about. This time, he was actually a victim of something that a lot of people are probably going to say was karma coming around to get him for all the dumb shit that he does, but he was robbed of $300,000 worth of jewelry on Rodeo Drive while he was out shopping, and he was with his bodyguard. Now, I went around Twitter and I tried to find all the clips that I could. It doesn't seem like he was actually live streaming when it happened, but they started to film like right afterwards, and then obviously as the police were there. And in the first video I'm going to show you guys, he explains what happened and how it happened.
Yeah, bro probably has, what, like 2 stars? No, that's like 3. That's like...
He's probably under the bridge right now.
300K, yeah, that's grand theft. Dude, that didn't stop me. I didn't even know they were there. I was like fighting with the guys, like trying to get them to off me so I could keep my watch and shit. But like literally the chains were gone instantly. Like I was like,
so when you yeah, tell us what happened. So when you went to the
I'm
ground,
like pinned up against the wall, me and him here, and like I get pinned up against the wall like this, and I see my chains right there in this guy's hand, and I'm being pushed like this. Some other guy's going at my watch, and I'm like trying to fight him off. And then
so 4 dudes, they pushed you against the wall like instantly, and just one took your chain.
Somehow, like
one's holding you.
Like we're all here, like 5 of us were right here, or 6 of us were right here. Me, Dave, Christy, and the 4 guys. And then next thing I know, Dave and 2 of the guys are there, and then one of the guys chasing me around the street trying to get my watch off. So
you went fully across the street.
And then the other guy's like, nah, we got the chains. And then the other guy stopped chasing me. Jack Doherty. Jack Doherty's cooked. All right.
Did you run all the way across the street?
I ran there, then I was like, if I go there, it's just me and him. So I was like, I have to come back.
And then what his boys said, oh, we got the chains, and then he turned around and
yelled and they hopped in the car.
Strap out was so devious.
Yeah,
that
strap
is being fucking insane. It's one thing to flash that shit put away with fucking.
I know, it's literally one thing just to like drive around another.
Like,
You're literally good. I wonder if they had a fake plate.
So the fact that he was on Rodeo Drive shopping and they just pulled up in a car, jumped out, tried to rob him of everything, and then jumped back in the car, it could have just happened. But most likely they were either watching his stream or somebody that knows him, that knows he was there, kind of leaked some information and they showed up. And I'm curious to see if anything like that ever comes out. But in true Jack Doherty fashion, he used this moment to promote his live stream real quick.
I just got robbed on Rodeo Drive for $300,000 worth of my diamond chains. Pretty cooked. So funny, yeah. But I'm live on Party.
And I think by now we all know it wouldn't be a Jack Doherty video if he didn't have some dumb shit happen and then say, film this, film that, check out my live stream. And that's actually something that is shown in another clip that I found where he says that he was yelling for his cameraman to come back out and film it right after he was just robbed.
Dude, I heard Yo Michael when I came out. I just started recording like this.
Bro, he just robbed me. They should both my chains, bro.
Yo.
There's no way, Michael! Michael!
Yo, I'm screaming at you, get back here. I was like, yo, film this shit.
Bro, are you kidding me? Yo, Dave. Look at here. Bro, he just robbed me. They should both my chains, bro.
I was tweaking.
Fuck, dog. Dave, what the bro? Where's yours? What the bro? Like, what the bro? That's like $300,000 gone off my.
I hate watching this shit. No. Next time I buy a new chain, I'm gonna be like, I could add 2 more.
So as much as I hate that he does that promotion thing right after he does some dumb F shit, like when he crashed his car, his friend's bleeding, and the only thing he's thinking about is, yo, let me give him a camera, make sure you get in the clips and get in the angles and all this stuff so we have content, when that should not be what's on your mind at all. At least in this situation, his mentality could be, if this goes viral, I'm going to make some money to recoup for the $300,000 of jewelry that I just lost. Now, another thing that was said in that clip we just watched was somebody asking his bodyguard where his gun was. I think it was Jack, actually, and the bodyguard was talking about how they pulled guns. So I always assumed that if people have bodyguards, they usually carry weapons, except in this situation, it doesn't seem like he had a gun on him, because there's another clip I'm going to show you in a second of his bodyguard explaining what happened. And it's possible that the gun is just in his back and we can't see it. But if he had it, I assumed that he would have pulled it out if he had the opportunity.
So they pulled up, I heard the tires screeching, I was standing right here. I heard the tires screeching, I looked to my left and I see everybody hop out. And I tried to beat them to you. And I just remember tackling one guy, and the guy you were talking about, I had him with my left hand. Then I seen the gun, and I had to hold up. I had to draw back.
Damn, bro.
Now, I'm seeing some people online seem to think that his bodyguard may have had something to do with this and set Jack up because he's also tired of his shit. I don't know that that's necessarily the truth, because if that ever came out, obviously, not only could he get arrested, but it completely ruins his chance of being security for anybody else. So I doubt that that's the case, but anything is possible, right? Like, they could have been watching the stream, but if they weren't, there's no way that they pulled up and knew that he had that much money and jewelry on him unless somebody told them. So it kind of all depends, but I would guess more so that they were watching the stream, they knew that he was in California, and they thought, you know what, we might be able to get this guy. And that's exactly what they did. Now, there is one more clip where it looks like he's talking back and forth with his dad. His dad doesn't realize he's on stream, but he tries to give him advice that he can't just go around flaunting all of his money and stuff. And Jack tries to cut him off, and he's like, oh, I'm on a live stream right now. We're not going to do this right now.
No.
What the was Dave doing during this?
Why?
Bro gets paid to be big or something?
Credit card you. You
Sorry,
get your money back.
All right, Jack.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but we're just talking to the cops right now. Do you have a hotspot?
What are you doing back in California?
I don't know, Dad. Just... God damn it, bro. I should have went home yesterday, bro. What the f was I doing?
Wow. So when did they jump out of the car?
Yeah, he hopped out of the car and then just like pinned me against the wall and like tackled me. Then I was running, and then they were still trying to get my watch. And I was running away from one of them, and then like they all just hopped in the car and dipped.
Wow. And Dave couldn't help you?
No, they like tackled him.
Yeah.
And they had guns out and shit. Wait, Julian, what's the password?
Yeah, so hopefully that's a tough lesson. I mean, you can't advertise all your money, all your jewelry. You gotta stop that. I would. Well, I can't say that. Make a film that you're depositing all to safe deposit box.
All right, Dad, I'm live right now, Dad. Like, we're not doing this.
No, I don't know that.
Now, obviously, he did just get robbed. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that. But the way that you hear him talking with his father, and it's not all that crazy, but I feel like it gives you vibes that they have no control over this kid. He tells them what to do, probably because he makes a lot of money and is able to facilitate their life as well and maybe even help retire them. If he was a nice enough kid to do that, I have no idea. So I'm not going to say that he did or he didn't, but you could just tell the way that he talks to his dad, like he kind of be running things and they just give him some advice and stuff, but just let it rock, which, I mean, I guess there's not much of a choice, right? Once he's become an adult, he's made so much money, not much you could tell him, but I feel like the majority of us would still be extremely respectful to our parents and still listen to our parents because they're the ones that got us here. We wouldn't be making all this money or doing whatever it is we're doing in life if they didn't raise us properly, keep us alive, and create us in the first place. But it doesn't seem like he has that mentality. So I don't know. I just saw this floating around on my Twitter this morning. It would have been up sooner, but I went out last night for the first time in a long time, and I was definitely hungover a little bit. Still am, but I'm feeling a little bit better. So I thought we would drop a video. And Jack is always doing some dumb shit, so there's always something to talk about with him. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Take it easy. Stay safe. I'll catch you in the next one, homies.